Well, Southampton was a fantastic buzz. Oh, look at there you are, you beautiful lot. In this wonderful theatre, there's my banjo up on the wall, but it was a rainy start to the journey.
Southampton Airport Parkway.
And there you see, I finally made it to the Mayflower. You've caught me at the stage door hunting time. It says accessible.
Sure we can get in.
There's been an evacuation, so we don't know if we can go in just yet.
Up to the Calamity Dam. Yes, we've heard.
Was it a drill or was it real?
Yeah, it was real.
Oh Lord!
It wasn't a real fire.
For a real alarm. Right. Was it our...
No.
Builders. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go then. As long as it's not our fault.
Number 6. Oh, cycles. Okay. Which way to the dressing rooms? Yeah, this way. Third. So fluffy. Offices. Yes,
You are in the route, please.
I am.
Yeah. There you go. You can come through here, you walk through that door, and then
Right.
you through the green room into backstage.
How's your dirty? Oh, nice. Have we got to do that walk every day?
No, just today.
Okay. Oh yes. I'm going to go over here. Shooting! Oh, this is a lovely colour. Hello, Mayflower.
Lovely.
I've realised I get asked a lot, are you still enjoying tour? And I find that question specifically interesting. Are you still enjoying tour? And for me, the still is what jumps out. My whole life leading to this tour, I was still enjoying tour. My whole life leading up to this point has been about putting myself in a position where I can do things of my skill ability on repeat and get monetary gain because of it. You know, the hard balance of doing what you love and earning. You know, a lot of the time, sell your soul to the devil, go to the crossroads, all that jazz. I find that I'm just happy to be doing what I do every day. The still bit, I think, is more pertinent to, are you still okay? Because the one thing that doesn't really change every day is the fact that we're doing 8 shows a week. But you've still got to live a life, you've still got to exist, you've got to get a year older in the time that you do the tour along that process. And that, you know, in life is not always sunshine and roses. Can't be Christmas every day, and you hit low points mentally, emotionally, with your energy, and then other times you hit high points, and then there's the stasis in the middle. And I think the skill is really being aware of that and okay with it. It is like okay to not be okay, which is more of a message understood these days than it has been in the past. But of course, when you're riding through it, it is tough. But then going out and doing what you do, you either have a good show, a medium show, or a bad show, but you still had a show, and that was there. That was a standard thing that was there every day. And so am I still enjoying tour? Yes, I'm still enjoying tour. Am I still enjoying being human? That's always been tough. So I just define that way. Yes, I'm still enjoying tour, but life is life.
This is the magic of theatre, Dickie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
This is all the glamour that we're sold.
What is it you're doing?
Sorting out bits and bobs. It's this is bits, and this is bobs.
Bob.
Yeah.
So I have an audition for tomorrow up in London, and just as a bit for my budding thespians, I thought it might be worth you seeing this sort of process, because I got my sheet music from Music Notes, which is an excellent website, but it's always pertinent and worth getting somebody who can play the piano. Unfortunately, I've just got Ben, and then we can work out. and then we can. Oh, fuck. See, now what you don't want to do is offend your pianist, because then you can play through it and work out what it is going to sound like in front of the audition panel. You don't want to get it wrong. And we all is put in doing that. He's gone. Oh, yeah, understand that. Southampton, gateway to the world. Now, I just want to start this episode by taking a little look at all of the places that we've been, just to take a moment to see what it was that those cities were trying to do. They were trying to create things for people and grow that and grow that and grow that. And when you get bigger than your own country, you go out into the world, and the place in which on this soil that happened the most is Southampton. Small boats like this were used by the early travellers. The story's the same from, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Bronze Age, Iron Age, bang, 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 bang. The evolution of what we find in the soil is very similar to what you see everywhere. We know that we travelled around the country in the early days of Britain. But there has been a port here. The Romans definitely enjoyed a good port. The Saxons enjoyed a good time with having ports here. Lots of hustle and bustle and prosperous restaurants and all that kind of jazz. But it was a doorway coming into. In the 1830s, many people fleeing Russia arrived in through the gates of Southampton, looking to make a new life away from the pressures and torment of where they were living. In May 1937, nearly 4,000 children arrived, all crammed into one ship, the Havana, as they were fleeing the civil war in Spain. In the final stages of the Second World War, 185,000 prisoners of war left back to go to Germany through the gates of Southampton. And it wasn't as aggressive as you might think. There was actually a lot of spontaneous kindness from the locals around, offering food and water to the soldiers before they left, which is nice to see that, the people fighting the war, they may have given their duty to serve a ruler, but they're still just humans at the end of the day. People from China, people from the Caribbean, people from India all made their way over to England through the gates of Southampton. But it wasn't just people arriving, we also had a lot of people leaving to India, Australia, New Zealand, South America and America proper, which we know about. We have the Mayflower, inaugural ship that went over to America with a lot of English families they're known as the Pilgrim Fathers now, to go and start their life over in America. The history would say that it left from Plymouth, but initially before that there was another boat called the Speedwell that was going to travel with the Mayflower. The Speedwell itself has an amazing history. You can read some of that in other books. But Speedwell sprung a leak, so they had to come back to Dartmouth and then round to Southampton to offload all the passengers from the Speedwell to the Mayflower, which then eventually went round to Plymouth and left from there, arriving in Cape Cod in the US of A. So the Pilgrims, there was 102 of them. It took 10 weeks to get over to America, and trips from the UK to America have not stopped since. And of course, the big famous one that left from Southampton was, of course, the Titanic. Here we go. The unsinkable ship, 1912. And the Titanic gets ready to set sail and go over to America. You know, obviously, what happens there.
Never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
But before it left, it also nearly had a big old mishap. There was a tugger called the New York that managed to nearly bump into the Titanic, but Captain John Smith managed to avert disaster, put everything in reverse. The tugboat managed to miss, and they were able to leave nice and safely. But imagine that the unsinkable ship sinks in port. That would have been rather embarrassing for the White Star Line corporations. We saw their building in Liverpool. But of course, by 2:20 a.m. on the 14th of April 1912, 1,500 people lost their lives out in the Atlantic, and Jack let go. Some of them survived and came back again through Southampton. Jane Austen spent some time here in Southampton writing about the pageantry of land-living men. Walter Tyler had a monopoly on the supply of rigging blocks. He's a smug bastard, isn't he? Now it's cargo and passengers. From Roman and Saxon ports, Norman trade with wool and wine, the Pilgrim Fathers on the Mayflower trade with the Far East and Australia. Southampton continues to be a wonderful place that is fully alive and active. We also have the wine vaults, we have the medieval houses as well. You can go around and still see where they have the mark of the witches and the mark of the traders. My favourite bit was a mark where a candle had burnt into the wood, and if you put yourself back into the time with these creaky floorboards in this old house, and that is how you would be seeing, not with electricity in this kind of stuff, but with canvas. You can still see that to this day. I love that. We've still got loads of places coming up on the tour. We're going to Glasgow, we've got Plymouth, we've got Ireland, we're going to Wales, down to Devon, up to Stoke, Milton Keynes, looking forward to that one. Bromley, coming up Bristol, so still loads to come and lots more history coming right at you. So for now, this is Dickie Gets About signing out.